Hello, Leo. Welcome in. Welcome to my channel, Winged Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. Excuse me. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Cross watchers are always welcome. Specifically looking at the energies and messages that come around, looking at December 2025 and seeing what divine messages of guidance are coming out for you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you. What's hidden from Leo that would be helpful? Thank you. I take these how they landed. Outcome and advice. All right. Turn these cards over. See what we're working with. The overall energy for the month of December 2025 is the Six of Cups in reverse, coming out as a challenge. So past energies, this could be family, unhealed wounds from childhood that are causing a challenge in December. Being around family, maybe with all the holidays, can be a real challenge. So why is the Six of Cups in reverse? What type of wounds are we? Seven of Wands. Looks like there's a need for you to protect your energy, stand up for yourself, create healthy boundaries between you and your family of origin. These type of boundaries can be no, and not explain, no thank you, no, and not having to explain, not tolerating mistreatment, standing up for yourself. So this isn't about dictating rules, but boundaries are saying, not trying to control how people show up, how they talk, anything. What you're telling with boundaries is, I do not enjoy that communication, that way of communicating. If you continue to communicate, argue, but whatever it is, see, I'm not trying to control their behavior. Then I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove myself. I'm not going to continue to have a relationship with you. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to leave the house. Whatever those boundaries are. And so it's not about their behavior, trying to control their behavior. It's about repercussions. You can continue to behave in that way, but I'm not going to engage. I'm going to withdraw. I'm going to remove myself. And so you have to maintain your own boundaries here. It feels like you might be individuating from your family of origin. You might be deconstructing your family of origin, and this feels healthy boundaries. That you are an individual, that Page of Pentacles, Hierophant, reverse, justice, that you're wanting balance, equality. It feels like you are able to perceive, to learn, to adapt, to see things differently, to have a different point of view. You're not stuck in, and it feels like by me saying that, you might be perceiving that these family of origin just can't learn a different way. They're stuck in like a viewpoint of a story of who you are to them, that doesn't take into account who you are for you. It feels like it's hard for you to have your family of origin update and see you as you are now, who you are, to connect with who you are and not some story projection what I like is there's a need to maintain Libra energy, upper chakras balance, just to stay balanced. Again, it's not about needing other people to be just and fair, but you maintaining balance within yourself. All right, there's a Hierophant reversed here. Breaking from tradition. Sorry if I said this. It feels like you're breaking from a family tradition. You're not agreeing to the family's toxic story. You're creating balance for yourself, individuating, deconstructing from whatever this family is what I'm getting. Anything else about the Hierophant reversed? Nope. All right. In what's hidden, we have the Page or the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. And then these cards came out as a challenge to the cards. Seven of Cups and Page of Cups in reverse, coming out as a challenge. You're going in a different direction quickly. New opportunities. You're spoiled for choice. You have lots of opportunities. And there's someone here from your family of origin. Your family of origin, not to poo-poo on them, but if this is your reading, it feels like there's emotional immaturity, stunted, kind of like everybody who stays in that system. Feels like the person who's running the family, who's the leader of the family, is a Page of Cups in reverse. Shallow, immature, lacks empathy, lacks care, emotionally immature person at the head of this household is what I'm getting. And so to maintain that structure, everybody has to stay more immature than a Page of Cups in reverse. So everybody feels emotionally immature in this environment. And to stay in it, you have to limit your emotional growth. It looks like what I'm perceiving here is that you have new opportunities. I think since they're in what's hidden, it would be best not to, I think if you shared that with this family that I'm perceiving, that they would not be happy for you. They would take it as envy. They would be jealous. They would, you don't want that. There's something here about keeping your new opportunity that you have and things going really well to yourself, to stay balanced, to have your boundaries, good, healthy boundaries. And it looks like you're breaking from tradition, but you're not trying to convince the family of origin to see you, to be impressed. There's something here. It feels like they're not, I think you're wanting, if you share, them to be proud of you, be happy for you, to celebrate you. But that would probably work in an environment where the head of that family of origin isn't so immature. And someone who's this immature is going to get jealous and want to take you down, not want, Keep your victories and your wins to yourself. I don't feel they're just going to, boy, I feel like these people weaponize anything you say, which makes me feel like they're not really psyched for you. They like the role that you play in the family. They like projecting that role onto you, but I it just feels kind of like a toxic system, and everybody in that toxic system, to stay in it, has to stay emotionally immature. What does Leo need to know in what's hidden? 10 of Pentacles, Temperance reversed. Okay, you've got a new opportunity that you're taking hold of. You've got lots of options and variables, but it feels like you're headed towards 10 of Pentacles. Maybe leaving, maybe this is something you're going to work on for the rest of your life, a legacy, something you're going to leave behind. Tangible in the 3D, Pentacles. You might be impatient to get to that. 10 of Pentacles. Why is the Temperance in reverse? 8 of Pentacles. This is what you're working on. You're just putting the work in to create this. I get the feeling that if you shared this, what you're working on, that they're just saboteurs, and because they're emotionally immature and they want to get you out of balance so you can't work on this. Try to destabilize you in your emotions. Why is the Page of Cups in reverse? Tell me. Boy, okay. Okay, some cards landed on the outcome and advice. Some of the cards landed in the overall energy. And we're describing this Page of Cups in reverse that's in what's hidden. Ooh, it's coming to light. Moon reversed. They're telling on themselves. Holy cow. Okay, this, with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, there's someone, the leader of this family, they're just miserable. And they don't like being miserable. They want you to be miserable. They want to be the leader of the Grand Poobah. But they're so out of balance. They're in lesson. They used to be able, it feels like they're telling on themselves, like they can't hide their immaturity any longer. They can't hide their disdain for you. I'm getting kind of an ick feel, like they really, they're not hiding. They might have in the past kind of couched, hidden. It might have been dog whistles where only you could tell that this person was not for you, not treating you well. It's escalating is what I'm seeing. I don't know if you're around to perceive this. If you are around this person, it's just, they might be talking to you or about you, but I think everybody in their vicinity who's hearing this person can recognize that it's not about you, that you're not the problem here, that there's an emotional immaturity here and a false reality, a delusion that's coming to light, that's being, and it feels like this person, you're not having to expose anything. It feels like they're telling on themselves. All right, in the outcome and advice, Leo, we have a bunch that came out. 8 of Pentacles again, Hanged Man reverse, Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and then this next packet, 8 of Wands, Queen of Wands. You're getting to work. It feels like in the past, you might have been in a stuck position, unable to make moves, but you're moving now. Maybe it was how you perceived yourself, support to other people's energy. Now it feels like you're focusing on what you want. We've reconnected to the dots. It feels like you're keeping it hidden, which is just advised. I know you want to let your light shine, Leo, and be yourself, but I think there's some wisdom with recognizing what environments and how it might come off. And it feels like if you try to get people to see what's going, they're just not the kind of people that can be happy for you because they're miserable and they're immature. And just recognizing that and taking control of your wheel of fortune. It feels like you're reconnected the dots. You're learning and willing to learn and relearn and taking control of your life and your destiny. Boy, you have this learning as you go type of energy with the Queen of Wands, showing up as yourself, liking yourself, loving yourself, not caring what other people think. I think that's part of what you're learning in this reading in this month, is to not allow how your family sees you to be how you perceive yourself, to not allow how anyone else perceives you to affect how you perceive yourself, to stop you from going after what you want to create. And it looks like you're just getting started. Feels like this is something you're working through in the month of December. But there's all this success, this amazing, healthy boundaries, learning, staying balanced despite what's happening and despite people's efforts to destabilize you. And you're keeping your victories to yourself. It feels like you can keep your own counsel. And you don't need others to be proud of you because you're proud of yourself. You like who you are. And it feels like things are just picking up in the month of December. That once you put the work in and take control of your destiny, your wheel of fortune, then things really start flowing. Wow. Beautiful. Flowing into the new year. Love this. All right, Leo, that's your reading. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Take care.